What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I cover the not so sexy aspects of Walmart store, and I think you're going to be shocked, surprised, and possibly even considering not doing Walmart altogether. So I'm super fired up to show you these not so sexy aspects. I hope you're fired up. Let's go and do this. Yeah, so I just realized there that it's kind of hard to say not so sexy aspects 10 times in a row, but I don't want to get tongue-tied for that. Let's jump into these not so sexy aspects of why we shouldn't, or why we should really deep think whether or not we really want to make this Walmart business a go. Now, the reason that I say that is because I will say this much. I've seen so many, and I've talked to so many people that tell me that they've been sold on the fact that this is the end-all be-all opportunity of the internet ever. And I will be the first to tell you that at the end of the day, it is a business, and with all businesses come a certain level of risk. So today I'm going to talk about some of those not so sexy aspects and the risk involved when starting your very own Walmart automation store. So I think you're going to be super happy about this. Now, remember, as usual, if you want to take a call with me and talk about your options for Walmart automation and or have me connect you with a solid team, then my email is below. I'll be more than happy to talk to you and schedule that. But let's get into these not so sexy aspects, which I seem to be enjoying saying multiple times. So, all right, let's go and talk about this. Number one, the biggest problem, or one of the biggest problems on Walmart, and it's going to be very easy to understand this, but that is the amount of returns you can get. So what do you mean you can get returns on Walmart, Liz? Well, just as Amazon has returns, so does Walmart. And you might think to yourself, why would Walmart have more returns than Amazon? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's think about the return policy on Walmart. I mean, they'll take pretty much anything as a refund. I could take a chainsaw, cut down every fucking tree, every palm tree on the block in Brickell, and at the end of that, if that chainsaw stops working, which it more than likely will, I can return it to Walmart without a box. No questions asked, about 60 days into owning that said chainsaw, and they'll take it. This is Walmart. This is the all-American store. Sam Walton created it as such, so that people will buy shit from Walmart. This is the number one reason why Walmart still has possibly even more brand loyalty than Amazon. And that is a simple fact that you can return any goddamn thing at Walmart. Once you understand that, then you will understand that I have seen return levels as high as 40% on Walmart for that simple fact. It's not an issue with the fact that you're selling bad products. It's just an issue with the fact that, again, it is Walmart and they will return any damn thing. So be prepared to see very high return rates. Now, I've personally seen as high as 30% on my store, but I've heard some people receiving as high as 43%. Usually I see around the 10 to 12% mark, which again, like I said, is very high. Plus, on top of that, a lot of times people will mark off to get free return shippings to Walmart. They'll mark it off as defective. So how does that affect you? Well, Walmart assumes you are selling defective products, and that will affect something called your order defect rate, which is one of the top reasons people get suspended. So again, it's not by any means the fault or saying that your product is poor, a poor product. I mean, it could be. You could know that your product is a poor product, then you're going to have an even higher return rate. But it is simply because people are cheapskates and they want to get free shipping back to Walmart. They want to get a full refund. So that's going to happen, and that's going to happen pretty often. That's one of the big drawbacks to selling on Walmart. However, with that being said, it is also a tremendous and lucrative opportunity because despite those facts, you can still make a pretty penny right now, particularly because it is in the early adopter phase. So that's problem number one. Okay, the second biggest problem is you will get a lot of calls from disgruntled customers, and these usually go to your phone number. So keep in mind that a lot of people want to talk to somebody directly. So instead of using email support, they'll call you up, and whatever phone number you have listed on Walmart, that is the number that they will be calling, and you're going to get all sorts of complaints. So be prepared for that. Usually automation services and service providers do not handle those customer service calls because most of those employees are in other countries. So their English is going to be subpar at best. So keep in mind, you will get those calls. Okay, the third biggest problem is that you will get complaints from vendors and brands that you are infringing upon their trademark, you are potentially selling counterfeit products, and all sorts of jargon like that. Now, A lot of those things are just meant as threats, just to scare you and to try to get you to remove the product from your actual listings. And I do advise you do that. It's better just to not create a problem with them. They'll send you letters sometimes, they'll give you phone calls. Just tell them, look, I'm sorry, I was buying this product on Amazon, reselling it on Walmart, but I will be more than happy to take it off my back end. And that's exactly what you'll want to do. Once you get that off your back end, they'll leave you alone and they'll back off. So it's as simple as that, but just keep in mind that that's one of the not so sexy things. You'll get a product that's selling like wildfire and then boom, it is gone. The next not so sexy thing is that you will constantly have to be sourcing products time and time again. Products come off the market pretty quickly, so you want to make sure you have a very good team that does that and is constantly adding products. That way they don't go away, because again, like I said, products disappear for various reasons, so you want to make sure that your team is on top of that. Okay, so the next one is kind of lumped together. Obviously, it's Walmart, just as Amazon. There are possibilities that you could get terminated and or suspended. And as I usually tell everyone, if you're in this business for a long enough period of time, you will get suspended no matter what. I talked a little bit earlier how sometimes people mark things off as defective just to get free shipping back. And that is one of several reasons you could get suspended. So just be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you and or your team are ready to handle writing plans of appeals and appealing when you do get suspended, so that you can get your account back in a timely manner and not have your funds held for too long. All right, one of the next reasons that's pretty bad when it comes to Walmart, and it's not so sexy, is that a lot of times, because these items are drop ship, this can come from the end of your team. They will make what's called a long shipment commitment, which means they will stretch out the amount of time that they have to ship the product to its location. So that could penalize you in the long run. Again, this is one of those risks that you have to be able to take and you have to be able to handle if you are going to work with teams that are drop shipping from Amazon, which is pretty much all teams out there. And while there are other places that you can drop ship from, those places are going to have very similar problems. So again, at the end of the day, it's just one of the nuances of drop shipping in general. So be prepared for people to complain and things like that to happen. And the last thing is, again, going back to the customer complaints, you will get complaints that delivery dates are missed, products go to the wrong delivery location, there's products that are missing parts, there's missing products, and products are damaged. So be prepared to either take a lot of those calls or redirect them to email so that your team handles all of those situations. And lastly, one of the biggest problems with Walmart dropshipping and not so sexy aspects is just bad overall teams. Now, what do I mean by bad teams? Well, I'll say this much. Almost every team in the industry is having similar problems. What really sets apart the teams is those that communicate well versus those that don't. So those that at least have an answer for you and don't leave you just hanging out, not wondering what the hell's going on, and at least give you a straight up answer, or at least let you know that they're working on something, versus those that just completely ghost you and disappear for extended periods of time. You want to at least have some certain level of customer service and communication with your team, whether it's via text, WhatsApp, or whatnot. So again, as long as they're answering you, then that's a good thing, because once they ghost, it becomes a bad thing. Again, every team out there is having the same problems that every other team is. And so these are some of the things that have to be worked on in the industry as a whole. So again, questions and or comments, post them below. I always personally answer them. I'll see you guys next time.